People always ask me for backstage stories. I'll give one, but not going to mention no names or the venue. Obviously, that's all confidential and stuff. But yeah. So there's one was providing artist liaison management, talent booking, and production. No, not providing the production, but was booking the production for a festival. And the headliner was due to go on stage at 10 o'clock, so we call him Artist A, and Artist B was due to go on stage at 8:30. And I think it's around about 7:45, 8 o'clock. I've popped back to my cabin, and I've asked if Artist B's arrived on site. And the answer was, no, he hasn't arrived yet. So I called through to accreditation to see if he's arrived on site. They said no. It wasn't really alarming because I've booked this artist many a times. I've worked with him loads of times before. And I know that he would usually turn up like minutes before he's due to come on stage. You just arrive backstage and throw him out the car straight on stage. So I wasn't really alarmed, but I gave him a call anyway just to see what his ETA was. So when I've called him, he said he was leaving another city, which is over an hour away from where we was. So I said, you do know that if you're just leaving now and it's 8 o'clock, you're due to go on stage at 8, so you're not going to arrive until 9 o'clock. And he's, oh, no, it's all right, because I'm not performing until 10 o'clock. I said, no, you're performing at 8:30 till 9:30. And he's like, no, trust me, it's 10 o'clock. I goes, no, that's the headliner slot. I was log into your Festival Pro now and have a look, and you will see all the details on there. Festival Pro is a software that I use when I'm advancing artists and shows and stuff like that. So, and I said, also check your WhatsApp, because we originally started the conversation on WhatsApp, because we talk all the time anyway. So, anyway, he's checked it and said, okay, he's going to get there as soon as possible. I've now got a gap on the stage for an hour. Well, not for an hour, but I'm now trying to think, okay, then he's going to probably get here just after 9. So now I've got a 30-minute gap of nothing. So I thought, okay, then there's 3 stages here. Let me pull someone from the other stage. Let me find out whether there's a DJ that's already played and they don't mind coming on. So I've got to think, all right, what DJs are over there that can come and please, entertain a crowd of like 12 or 15,000 people. So I've radioed over to my artist liaison over there, and I said, like, who's over there at the moment? Give me the names. They told me. I said, okay, ask them when I can perform on the main stage. These asked. They said, yeah. So just sent them around on the buggy quick, got them straight onto the stage, and just said, do your thing. So they've gone on the stage and, entertaining the crowd. It's now coming up to 9 o'clock. So I'm like, okay, me give him another call. He's saying his sat nav saying 25 minutes. I'm like, no way. That's like now, his whole set's nearly gone. The headline is due to go on stage at 10 o'clock, you remember. So I've gone into the headliner's dressing room, and I spoke to him and the tour manager. I basically told him the situation and said, like, do you mind if it might run over into your setup time? The production team for the headliner was due to go on stage at 9:30 to start setting up until 10 o'clock. Would you mind if we just take like 10 or 15 minutes? He's meant to do an hour set. That's never going to happen now, but could we just get him on for like 10 or 15 minutes to perform? And he was like, yeah. Because the headliner, Artist A, has got a lot of respect for Artist B, he said, yeah, cool, that's cool. Like, I don't mind. And the tour managers agreed. But they said he's going to have to use Artist A's mic because, they're going to start setting up in the background. We said, that's all right, that's cool. 9:30's come along. Still, no, I think it's like 25 minutes past 9. He's still not on site. I've rang him, and the route he said he was coming, he was basically going to bring him into a diversion where he'd get diverted all the way back around because it's a one-way system. So I've had to alert the event manager, alert traffic control, alert security, and just say, like, look, can we just put a road closure on anyone leaving the festival and anything moving on that road whilst I get this artist into the stage, right? We need to get him in ASAP. And they said, cool. So I sent security out to the main road, go up, get him, escort him in. He's arrived backstage, speeding onto the stage, ran up onto the stage, goes, look, you can do only 10 minutes performance. He's like, yeah, that's cool. So he's gone onto stage, he's performing. He's now going over, it's 10 minutes. And I look round, the tour manager's looking at me like, so I've said to the stage manager, like, yeah, we need to wrap this up. He's getting a bit nervous. He doesn't know what to do. I think it might have been his first time, I'm not sure, but he's a bit nervous. And I said, come on, we need to wrap this up now. And I said, he's the stage manager's still a bit nervous. So I said, okay, cool. So I've gone to the DJ and I said, like, we need to cut his set. I like signaling to wrap it up. And he's pointing at the DJ, like, at the artist, like, I'll stop when he tells me to stop, sort of thing. Now, the option is we could just cut his mic off, which I didn't want to do because that's embarrassing him and it's embarrassing. It doesn't look good. Number two, just walk out and give him a tap on the shoulder. I turned around, tour manager's looking at me like, I could just feel his eyes just on the back of my head. And then I walked out and I tapped him on the shoulder and I said, like, the time's up. We've got to cut the set now. So I walked around, turned around and walked off, and I just hear a bang and like a weird, like a squeaking noise. And then everyone's just looking at me like this. And then the crowd's just like, I've turned around. He's walked past me at the time. I've turned around. The mic's just in pieces on the floor.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
He's walked off stage. I've walked up to the tour manager and said, like, look, sorry about that. If it's broke, it needs replacing. We'll get him to sort that out. But we'll get headliner. We'll get artist A and never mic to replace that voice so we can perform. He's like, cool. He goes, what was that about? I was like, don't know. So anyway, I walked off the stage and I've gone into artist B and I said, like, bro, you is like bang out of order for that. You know, like, not only have you turned up an hour late for your show, you know, we let you perform their 10 minutes and perform 10 minutes into their setup time. They've allowed you to do that and they've allowed you to use their mic. You've gone over your time on the stage and you smashed their mic on the floor. And he's like, yeah, sorry about that, man. My bad. And then he's gone into artist A's dressing room and they're talking and they just start laughing and joking and like nothing happened. And everyone was cool. I actually got into perform on the other stage for an hour. So there was another stage there. Well, that since you turned it late for this stage, we need you to go over to the other stage now and perform an hour set over there. And he's like, cool. And he's gone. He went over there and done his thing. So the artist layers on staff I had backstage that day, they was like, so glad that you was around when all this is going off, because they was like, I wouldn't know what to do in that situation. So, you know, but experience and keeping a cool head got us through that situation there. So yeah, that's one of my stories.